I'm Leslie Foster. It was a messy morning for most of us, but things are clearing up for us tonight. Let's get right to the bundled up chief. Topper Shut out on the weather terrace. It is pretty chilly out there, Top.
It's invigorating. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, we're clear. It's a little breezy. It's cold, but we're going to dry out now for the next few days. But if you're headed out tonight, a hat, coat, gloves, scarf, the whole bit. Temperatures already in the 30s. They're just going to fall more. Generally clear skies. Temperatures by dawn will be in the low 30s. These are downtown temps, which means that 31 is going to be like 24, 25 if you are out in the burbs. So we'll kind of graph out tomorrow. And again, the temperature in the box, that's the wind chill, temperature your body feels. So yeah, we make it into the 40s. We were actually 42 today and 40 at Dulles, and we'll make it back into the low 40s tomorrow, but it's going to feel like it's in the 30s. So dress for the 30s. It's never going to feel warmer than that for the entire day. Okay, on the weather impact, take you through the rest of the week. What are we talking about? It stays cold. I mean, really cold, like 10 degrees below average at least. And then what do you need to know? Well, you need full winter gear. You need it all day too. It's not going to warm up during the afternoon. It's going to stay cold. In fact, cold front comes through here on Thursday. That makes Friday even colder. We'll come back, let you know if we're going to mix any moisture with that cold air Friday night or next Monday.
All right, Top, thank you. Tonight we're following up on a story that is impacting a lot of our neighbors. We just got these new numbers from Prince George's County about how many people have applied for rent assistance. And in just the first 2 days of reopening this housing voucher program, nearly 30,000 people put in applications for assistance. But what if that help doesn't come through? Our Randy Hildreth spent the day looking into some other programs that could lend a hand.
The unfortunate part about all of this is clearly there will be people who really need help paying their rent, but they will not make it on this wait list for the voucher program. There are just not enough slots. I spoke with other agencies today who provide services for people. They are reminding people to not give up, but also reminding people that there are other entities out there offering help. Janisha Page braved the cold and rain Tuesday for one reason.
I'm just trying to find a stable place for me and my two daughters.
She's one of nearly 30,000 people who signed up for Prince George's County Housing Voucher Program, which helps people pay their rent. Only 5,000 people are selected through a lottery to go on a wait list for assistance, and Paige hopes she's one of them.
Tense, a little anxious. I want to be picked. I want to make a better life for my kids and just do better.
With so many applications, she's already considering backup plans if she's not chosen.
Stay with my family until I still get on my feet and do what I got to do. Yeah.
For many, the question is what to do if they don't make the list. I spent Tuesday making calls.
We're a 52-year-old organization, and we've been involved with housing almost throughout our 52-year existence.
Jimmy L. Slade is the executive director of the Community Ministry of Prince George's County. His organization offers some rental assistance funding, but also helps families cover other expenses to free up their budget.
Encourage people to try to use some of these resources for their food and save their cash money to try to pay their rent.
Laurel Advocacy and Referral Services is another option, offering rent, mortgage, and utilities assistance along with grocery help. Executive Director Shannon Mouton says people should not give up.
To those who are applying, please do apply. Get your name in the process. That is the only way that you can get ahead. DC Lottery said it right. You got to play to win. Reach out. If we can't help you, we can put you in contact with folks who can.
And as a reminder, the online application portal for the housing voucher program closes Friday. For a full list of other entities offering help and how you can apply for this program, we have a breakdown on our website right now. That's WUSA9.com. Reporting tonight, Randy Hildreth, WUSA9.
More affordable homes are on the way. Today, Metro GM Randy Clark led a ceremonial groundbreaking for a new housing complex to be built right near the new Carrollton station. Phase 1 calls for 112 affordable homes for seniors. Prince George's County Executive Aisha Brayboy applauded the county's partnership with Metro.
I recognize that Metro is really key to growing the economy here in Prince George's County. And if we don't maximize the benefit of having a strong metro system in our county, then shame on us. But we are not going to make that mistake.
The senior housing is part of a larger affordable housing development that will include retail stores and offices. President Trump just announced what he's calling a trust fund for every American child. These Invest America or Trump accounts are tax-deferred savings tools under a provision in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. They're available to all children under 18 with a Social Security number. Anyone, family, friends, philanthropists, can contribute up to $5,000 a year. The government will also provide one-time seed contributions of $1,000 to babies born between January of 2025 and 2028.
Trump account should grow to be worth many thousands of dollars by the time the child is 18 and even more by the time they are 20 or even 30 years old. We think it's going to be something really unique and really special.
We believe the smartest investment that we can make is an investment in children.
Billionaire Michael Dell, who you just heard from, and his wife Susan will contribute more than $6 billion to Invest America. They're giving $250 in those accounts of 25 million children under the age of 10. Those children all live in zip codes where the median household income is $150,000 a year or less. Tonight, the president says he's confident in his Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. It comes as controversy grows over deadly U.S. airstrikes on an alleged drug boat in the Caribbean. Erica Brown has more from today's cabinet meeting.
At a cabinet meeting Tuesday, President Trump responded to the controversy surrounding U.S. strikes on alleged drug boats in the Caribbean.
To me, it was an attack. It wasn't one strike, two strikes, three strikes.
The comments come a day after the White House confirmed a second strike on a suspected drug boat did take place in September after people survived the first strike. But Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says he didn't issue an order to kill everybody, as the Washington Post reported.
I did not personally see survivors, but I stand because the thing was on fire. It was exploded in fire or smoke. You can't see anything. You got digital. This is called the fog of war.
The White House says it was U.S. Navy Admiral Frank Bradley who gave the order, which it insists was legal. But lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are questioning whether a war crime was committed.
I think there's a broad consensus that it's illegal to kill people who are clinging to wreckage.
Instead of accepting responsibility for what happened, Hegseth chose to throw Admiral Bradley under the bus. Shame on Pete Hegseth.
During Tuesday's cabinet meeting, President Trump also weighed in on talks underway in Moscow to end the war in Ukraine, with U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Our people are over in Russia right now to see if we can get it settled. Not an easy situation, let me tell you. What a mess.
Ahead of the meeting, Putin rejected European counterproposals for a peace deal and warned Russia would be ready for war if a conflict escalated with Europe. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
The former president of Honduras has been released from a West Virginia prison after being pardoned by President Trump. Juan Orlando Hernandez was serving time for his role in a drug operation. Prosecutors say he protected traffickers who moved hundreds of tons of cocaine to the U.S. Both Republicans and Democratic members of Congress criticized Trump's pardon. The president defended his decision by saying Hernandez had been, quote, set up. Today, a group of Virginia lawmakers introduced a proposal to establish a retail cannabis marketplace in Virginia. Right now, you're only allowed to possess small amounts of marijuana, but it is illegal to sell it or buy it for recreational use. Our Matthew Torres walks us through the proposal.
There's a blossoming effort in Virginia to accomplish a long-time goal, making it legal to buy or sell marijuana for recreational use.
This is just a step in the process.
Delegate Paul Krizak of Fairfax County and his Joint Commission on the Future of Cannabis Sales just revealed a new blueprint on what an adult cannabis marketplace would look like in Virginia.
We've spent so long this summer working on this bill and working with the public to get it just right.
The delegate says a marketplace could bring $400 million in revenue to the state in the next 5 years and tens of thousands of jobs.
Small businesses especially will have an opportunity to participate, and it's anti-monopolistic.
They've made more than 50 changes to previous proposals that Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin repeatedly vetoed. Changes that include keeping retail marijuana stores 1 mile apart from each other, setting a 1,000-foot buffer from churches, schools, and childcare facilities, allowing people with prior marijuana-related convictions to apply for a license, and permitting micro-business events, including farmers markets. But some say they want better public health education and support.
Warn people that cannabis is not necessarily as safe as it has been perpetrated in our community.
Education for the community on the types of jobs and career choices that will be affected.
The bill introduces one of the lowest tax rates in the country for regulated cannabis at 9%. The goal is to keep prices competitive to reduce the need for illicit markets. The bill includes up to a 3.5% local tax, higher than previous proposals, to help give local governments more revenue. And if passed, local jurisdictions won't have the option to opt out.
By allowing opting out, what we're really doing is allowing opting into the illicit market.
They may not want this, and they should be able to hold that, let the citizens decide in their locality.
All right, so here's what we know. That was Matthew Torres reporting, and this is just a framework for now. It will still go through the Virginia General Assembly, and it will likely see even more amendments, including exactly where the revenue will go. The goal is to establish a marketplace allowing for 350 licenses by November of next year. Virginia Senator Mark Warner is launching his re-election campaign. This will be a key race to watch in a narrowly divided Senate. Republicans have a 53-47 majority in the Senate. In his campaign announcement, the Democrat said he was running for re-election to rein in America's economic crisis. Warner has served the Senate since 2008. Tonight, voters in Tennessee have an opportunity to send the Trump administration a strong message. There's a special election to fill a congressional seat in the Nashville area. President Trump won that district a year ago by a wide margin. But as Nicole Valdez explains, this race is very close.
This is absolutely critical.
In a deep red district of the volunteer state, there's an unlikely battle brewing over a special election in December. Two candidates vying to become the next member of Congress. Democratic State Representative Afton Bain is looking to keep the momentum going and give Democrats another win following the recent blue victories in November in states like New Jersey and Virginia.
We cannot accept more of the same.
While Republicans pull out all the stops to drum up support for first-time GOP candidate Matt Van Epps.
It's a critical election. We know that the majority in the House is a narrow margin.
Ahead of Election Day, Speaker Mike Johnson flew to Tennessee, hoping to energize Republican voters to get to the polls.
They think they can flip this seat from red to blue. That is not going to happen.
And President Trump got on the phone, making one final push for Van Epps as a sign of strength of the Republican Party in a special election.
I have to say the whole world is watching. This is a big deal because right now we're like 3 votes up on the radical left, and this would be a wonderful victory for us.
Bain leaned on heavy hitters on the left like former Vice President Al Gore and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Why do you think that you have a shot at winning in a district where President Trump won by 22 points?
The voters are tired. They're tired. I have routinely said throughout the campaign, I don't care who you voted for. I don't care what political party you belong to. If you are upset with the cost of living and the chaos of Washington, then I am your candidate.
Now, the campaign for the winning candidate will not end after tonight. They will have to run for re-election in the 2026 midterms. Nicole Valdez, CBS News, Nashville, Tennessee.
Ahead on the news at 6:30, a Northern Virginia dance program is shattering stereotypes. See how one group is giving every child a chance to shine in tonight's The Heart of It. It is Travel Tuesday, and tonight we're talking about cruises. AAA projects cruising will set passenger records this year and next. Expedition cruises are gaining in popularity. Reporter Wendy Gillette hopped aboard a couple of ships to check out the trend.
Mika and Kaylee Leitinen, who live in San Francisco, recently spent part of their honeymoon aboard an EcoVentura luxury expedition yacht, exploring the Galapagos Islands' diverse wildlife and nature.
Well, there's a lot of cool things you can do on your honeymoon, but this is one of those bucket list things.
The fact that it's so pristine is pretty remarkable.
The couple joined more than a dozen other passengers on the small ship in Ecuador, making friends during the week aboard. Snorkeling among playful sea lions, and observing nursing pups, dozens of bird species, and islands filled with iguanas and tortoises.
You can be so close to the animals because they are no scared of you.
Expedition cruising is the fastest growing sector of the industry. Statista projects 578,000 passengers in 2027, more than double 2018's 242,000. Americans venturing to the Galapagos often make Ecuador's capital, Quito, their first stop, where a stay at the JW Marriott offers 8 restaurants and a large pool and spa. Some heading further south book the Ritz-Carlton in Santiago, Chile, one of the hotels where we stayed for a special rate, a gateway to one of the most remote places on Earth, Antarctica. National Geographic partners with Lindblad for cruises that skip the notoriously rough Drake Passage at the tip of South America, instead flying to Antarctica to embark on the newly refurbished Orion, one of the ships we were invited aboard.
The journeys are also shorter, typically 8 days instead of 12 or longer, making them more accessible for those who have less time to travel.
For most passengers, the cruise is a once-in-a-lifetime visit to the 7th continent, making it a special place for this Maryland couple to tie the knot.
You are now and forever one.
Look around. I mean, this is such a magical place. We couldn't imagine a better place to get married.
There are also polar plunges, penguin photo ops, and a crew gathering data to better understand a region more Americans are now seeing for themselves. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
WUSA9 Weather Impact is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Got a little inspiration for where you're going next after seeing that?
Maybe a little further north. I don't know. We were close today, but we have another chance on Friday. That looks like it's going to go south. Another chance on Monday. But the cold air is here, and it's not going to warm up anytime soon. So
it's coming at some point.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And we talked about, the whole winter outlook was it's going to be cold first, and then warm up, and then perhaps a cold finish. So let's talk about that. December almanac. December is the first month of meteorological winter, which is comprised of December, January, and February. Average high yesterday was 53.38. Average high by the end of the month is mid-40s and down to freezing. Precip's pretty close. Dulles, National, about 3 1/3. And then highest temperatures recorded 79 and 13 below. That's a pretty big range. And yes, we averaged snow, okay, almost 2 inches. Downtown, almost 3 inches at Dulles. So, high temperatures. Yeah, it's going to stay cold. It really is. I mean, mid-40s tomorrow, mid-40s Thursday. Probably won't even make the 40s on Friday. Upper 40s on Saturday. That's going to be our, quote, mild day because we go back in the mid-40s on Sunday. So it will indeed stay cold. In fact, the cold finish to the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, temperatures for highs 38 to 46. I mean, that's what more you'd expect really January 1st or January 2nd. I mean, in the heart of winter. Lows 20s and 30s. Plenty of sunshine, so you need your shades, okay, and full winter gear across the board. Hat, coat, gloves, the whole bit. Scarf, the whole bit. Okay, we had some minor icing west of town yesterday and a little bit of snow, again, about what we called for. We had 4/10 in Martinsburg. We went for 1 inch there. And across the divide, we had 2 inches, Mount Savage, and we went about 3 inches, 1 to 3 inches there. So, yeah, it was just not quite right for us to have a snow. It was close, but not quite right. All right, tonight, 9:30, winds pick up, northwest winds. So temperatures, 30 to 35, but the wind chills will be in the 20s. Walking the dog late tonight will be a cold thing. By morning, at the bus stop, cold. 20s, low 30s, wind chills upper teens and 20s. And then by 9 o'clock, it's still only in the low to mid 30s. I mean, it's clear. Good news is, notice the arrows kind of lift out. So the winds lift out by afternoon. So it'll be a cold day. It won't be windy. That's good. Temperatures back in the low 40s. We were 42 today, but by 5:30 we go back in the 30s across the board. And by 10 o'clock tomorrow night, we're between 30 and 35 degrees. Then some clouds come in on Thursday. So we have a cold front that will roll through Thursday afternoon. Notice the arrows come back from the northwest. Winds pick up. Temperatures in the 40s, but then by 9 o'clock Thursday night, it's just cold. 27 downtown, 24 Leesburg, 24 in Gaithersburg, and 23 in Hagerstown and also Martinsburg. That's pretty cold. Those are not wind chills. So again, tomorrow, dress for these temps, the 30s, okay? Plenty of sunshine. Wind's not a factor after the morning. Highs in the 40s, yes, but dress for the 30s. And here's why. So this is tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's going to feel like it's 19 in Gaithersburg and 19 in Leesburg and Hagerstown, and even 22 downtown. That's one of the colder wind chills we've had so far. By noon, it's going to feel like it's in the mid-30s, and then by 4 o'clock, it's going to feel pretty close to the actual temperature because the winds have died down. It's going to feel mid-30s to around 40. And then by Thursday morning, we're back in the teens and 20s across the board. So this is more what you'd expect in January than early December. We're kind of diving into winter temps. So mid-40s tomorrow, mid-40s Thursday, more clouds on Thursday. A mix possible Friday. Check back at 11 o'clock. I may have to remove that from the forecast. It does appear, and we talked about this yesterday, that it's going to suppress to our south. We're fine on Saturday, upper 40s. Clouds come back Sunday. We're watching another system on Monday. Right now, we'll keep it to the south, upper 30s. It would be a snow event. Cold air is in place. And then partly cloudy on Tuesday and cold. High temperatures again, only around 40.
All right, Tom. Tonight, a Fairfax County, Virginia dance program is making a positive impact on the lives of its members. Those who may never have had the opportunity to take the stage are now getting that chance. Here at WUSA9, these kinds of stories matter to us. Our Sean Martinelli heads to the city of Alexandria to get to the heart of it.
When this curtain opens, you'll see another rehearsal for another community production of The Nutcracker. But this is not just another scene.
I'm ultra grateful.
Erica Kraft's daughter Elsie has Down syndrome.
And when she was born, they were like, we don't know if she's going to talk or whatever. And I'd be like, well, we'll figure that out as we go.
14 years later,
let's just do some more leaps.
Some more leaps? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Elsie's made leaps some thought she never would.
I've been teaching for 7 years now.
7 years?
Yeah.
7 years as part of a program called the Purple Tutu.
Ballet historically has been really exclusive. It's traditionally not been open to a lot of different people, including people with disabilities.
Madison Hardin brought the program to Alexandria, Virginia back in 2016.
Dance was such an important way for me to express myself growing up. We really try hard to show that ballet can and should be for anyone who has a passion for it.
Once a week, participants like Elsie rehearse with teachers like Rachel Jurda.
It's not your typical teachers. We're high school students and we're still learning, we're still growing just as the dancers are.
They grow together.
It is just an incredible sense of fulfillment.
Step, step, leap.
As these dancers prepare to take the stage, they do so as all others would.
I tell people all the time, it's a legit ballet program. Like they're using the correct terms, pas de chat, tendu with the girls, and they are doing the same exact thing that you would in any ballet class around the world. Plie, stretch.
Their work will culminate this month for one scene in the Alexandria Community Nutcracker.
I remember Elsie's first performance actually was in the spring. We do an end-of-year recital. After the performance, Elsie's mom ran up to me. She was just in tears and was just like, thanking me for giving Elsie this opportunity that she didn't know if Elsie would ever get to have.
Yeah, I really just am amazed.
Amazed that while the show may be fantasy, This is her daughter's reality. In Alexandria, Virginia, Sean Martinelli, WUSA 9.
And we are always looking for more stories like this one, so if you know